Hey, what's up, people? Coach CJ here with Getting to Greatness, and I wanted to make a new video. This week I'm in Phoenix. I know it's been a while since I made a video. We're not going to get into that, but I wanted to be able to document this doctoral journey, at least for my residency too. And maybe this video can help some people out there coming for the residency and dispel some rumors, give you some answers that you may be looking for, maybe also put you at comfort, to help you get prepared. So yeah, I flew into Phoenix yesterday. Pretty easy flight. I got here, mid-afternoon, hung out, did my check-in, was pretty easy down in the front. They have dinner for you on that Sunday night when you get out here. And then, but me being a fat kid and I haven't had In and Out in a long time, I decided to go off campus and go get a double double. Two double doubles, chocolate shake. Normally I would get protein sour, but because it's a treat, I just got the two double doubles regular. With grilled onions though. I do like regular onions sometimes, but the grilled onions was pretty good. Yeah, so today started out like a regular day. I woke up, I did kind of sleep in a little bit just because of the way my sleep's off. Just getting used to the jet lag and time change this weekend, so that was like kind of crazy. But got up this morning, went to breakfast. I didn't really eat the heavy breakfast because I got the double doubles last night, so I just had some fruit and a protein shake, and then after that, we did another check-in. They talked to us about how the day was going to go, how the week was going to go, gave us our schedules and things like that for the residency portion. This year, I was a lot more prepared. Residency one, I was kind of dragging. I waited till I got on ground to do some of the assignments that were due that we didn't have to already turn in. But you'll see that your class is set up to where you have certain assignments that are due. And yeah, this time I was way more prepared. It definitely helped me be less stressed out. I was already, locked in when it came to my assignment. So I really could enjoy the week more in like experience, taking time. So today was pretty simple for me. One of the things I was not prepared for though, is that we have a test, right? Every, I guess even for residency one, there's like a, not test, but it's like an assessment to figure out if you're where you need to be in the doctoral process. I will say that talking to some of the people and how they hyped it up or made it seem, I don't really have like anxiety. I don't have test anxiety, but the people talking to people I met over this last day or so, and then even in the classroom portion for the online before we got here to distance learning, a lot of the people made me think that maybe I was not prepared, but you don't know what you don't know. So in the doctoral process, it's hard to speak doctoral language with people who don't know. And I'm not trying to say that like I'm above anyone or anything like that, but like I think they intentionally make that language hard to be able to talk, learning things like, epistemology, ontology, things like that, different theories and, study types, whatnot, as far as being able to do, qualitative versus quantitative. Um, and they say the giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing. So like in your mind, you don't necessarily know what you don't know. But I was able to take the test today with not too much studying, other than going over the study guide that they gave us, and I passed. So that was the most important thing, was just passing. And so like once that was over though, now the rest of the week feels pretty simple. I've already started my presentation, even though they told us not to. So all I had to do is fine tune that once they give us the details. At the end of the week, if you've done residency one, you're gonna have a presentation at the end of residency one. And residency two, you're supposed to be done with your chapter one. If you're in a doctoral process, you'll know what I'm talking about, especially if you go to GCU. So of course we're in Phoenix, so the sirens are going off. But residency two, you do another presentation, but you also should be done with chapter one by the end of your second week. I still have a little bit of time before I get into get assigned my chair. I don't start my dissertation class until May. So I have one more class after this before I actually get into my dissertation classes. That's where the real work starts at. This week was actually, today was awesome. I mean, not this week. Today was awesome. Monday was awesome. Met some people, was able to engage with some people, talk about our studies, talk about, our plans and what we plan to study, help fine tune some things. I got a lot of good feedback from our professors for this class. It's a different feeling when you're face to face, versus being online. Not that you can't do office hours and talk to them online, which most of them have been more than willing to take that time out and help you and to talk to me. Being face to face definitely set it apart to where I was able to do get a little bit more things done. What else? Yeah, getting real feedback, instant feedback from the methodologists and from the instructors is pretty decent, because these people have already helped you get to help other people get to the process where you're trying to be. I don't want to take any continuation courses. So as I start this dissertation, I plan to try to get ahead as fast as possible, get my chapter 1, 2, and 3 approved, and get to the IRB so that I can do 4 and 5 and knock this dissertation out before next year. This time next year, I want to be totally done. I want to be Dr. Deloach, my research done, turned in. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. A lot of people get they get married to their thought, to their research, and the things they want to do. One of my mentors told me, he told me that your doctoral process and getting your, your degree, your dissertation done, don't be married to it. This is not your baby. What I mean by that is that don't be like, consider it like your foster kid. I mean, you love them, you want to give them the time and energy, do everything you can to make sure that they have a good life. But at the same time, you're not so attached to it because you may have to give it away. And it's the same way going through the doctoral process. When you're going through this process, being able to shift and take a constructive criticism and push that back out, and to create the product that they're looking for to get you to the next level, that's going to be the most important thing. And I have that mindset already because, like I said, I got some good mentors that have helped me throughout this process so far. And so I know that whatever it takes, whatever feedback I get, I'm not going to take it personally. It's between them and the dissertation, me and my dissertation, and I'm going to just take whatever they give me and give that constructive feedback and make the necessary changes in order to get to the next level. Like I said, I want to be done as fast as possible, not cutting corners. I'm going to be thorough. I'm going to do everything I need to do. I'm going to make sure that my research gets put out there. I want to add to the study, but I want to make sure that I'm doing the things I need to do. Now, once I become a doctor and I'm Dr. Deloach, I can then, birth my baby, do the research that I want to research, publish the things that I want to publish. But I'm also doing it from a position where I've had things published, and so that name carries more validity for the things that I actually want to push out there. Being able to focus solely on my dissertation this week, though, is going to be fun. Even so far, just today, I was able to get all my homework knocked out within like an hour or something like that. I ended up taking a nap after class, which isn't ideal. I didn't mean to, but because of the jet lag, I fell asleep. And I feel kind of bad because my wife woke me up. Love you, babe. But she woke me up because I was supposed to call her, and it was late on the East Coast, but she called me before she went to bed. And then I got up and did my workout. That's why I'm dressed like this now. I went down and got a 45-minute workout, and then I ran 3 miles on the treadmill, which is another 30 minutes or so. All within an hour and a half, though. Just knocked it out. Fitness is important. Being able to clear your mind is important. But being able to balance, being fit, getting fit, Army leadership challenges, as well as doctoral work, has not been an easy journey. So I just don't look at it like I have a choice. I look at it as, a necessary means to an end. These are the things that I set for myself. These are the goals that I set for myself. So it's important for me to be able to, look at it from a space that I get to do these things, that they aren't a requirement. These are the challenges that I put forth myself, and I know that I can do them. I just got to make sure that I stay consistent, continue to get after it, and don't allow my mind to get in the way to make excuses for where I want to be. My biggest thing from takeaway from day one is I have that clarity and confidence that I can do this thing. Going through the process and understanding where I'm at. When I got feedback from my one-on-one, it was minor tweaks. A lot of the work that I've done so far has put me in a position to where, I am, a little bit further ahead as far as being able to articulate, my thought process, how I want to do my research and what it's about. So now we can focus on the fine tuning so I can get knee deep into that thing once I actually get to that position. Once my chair is assigned, I'll be able to dive headfirst into, creating that product that is going to be able to get me to the next level. They gave us some timeline today as far as like the bare minimum requirements, but like at the end of Residency, 3, which is like the end of the program, the actual program before you take continuation courses, it looks kind of crazy like where you are. They literally only require that you have chapter 1, 2, and 3 done at the end of Residency 3. And then you get to do 4 and 5. But like those 12-week classes, I'm not trying to do that. I want to be Dr. Deloach this time next year. Let me rephrase that. I will be. I'm going to do everything within my power to make sure that I'm successful and that I accomplish this between now and February of next year. No continuation courses all the way through. I just have to stay on it. Hold me accountable, guys. If you're watching this video, comment so I can come back to this video sometime this summer. And hopefully, if his timing is right and you're watching this, you will motivate me to get up and do what I need to do, even though I'm going to do it, like I said. But, you know, every little bit helps. All the encouragement helps. I appreciate you guys. So if you're still stuck with me in this video, go ahead and subscribe. You know, like and comment down below. Let me know that you're watching. Let me know that you got this far in the video. And I appreciate you guys for your time. I appreciate everything that I'm afforded to do. I know that I'm blessed beyond measure, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to do the things that I do. Being able to retire in the next couple of years is going to be exciting, but until then, we're going to retire. We're going to inspire until we retire, you know. And even past that, I'm going to inspire as many people as I can until, you know, I expire at the end of my life. But I'm going to push as many people to do the best things, you know, maximizing their potential and get to greatness brick by brick. Hey, look, again, like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let me know what you guys think. Give me some feedback. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Peace.